Imagine this: a wrong turn, a sandwich shop, and a single gunshot. Those three things helped trigger a war that would kill millions of people and change the world forever. The year was 1914. Europe looked peaceful, but beneath the surface, tensions were rising. Powerful nations were competing for influence, building huge armies, and forming military alliances. It was a continent sitting on a powder keg, waiting for a spark. That spark came on June 28, 1914. On that day, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary, arrived in the city of Sarajevo. His visit was supposed to be routine. Instead, it would become one of the most important days in modern history. A group of young Serbian nationalists had planned to assassinate him. Several conspirators positioned themselves along the route of his motorcade, waiting for their chance. As the Archduke's car passed through the city streets, one assassin threw a bomb. The attack failed. The bomb missed the Archduke's vehicle and exploded behind it, injuring several people. The Archduke survived, and his convoy continued moving. The assassins were devastated. Their carefully planned operation had fallen apart. One of them was a 19-year-old named Gavrilo Princip. Believing the mission was over, he wandered through the city and eventually stopped near a small sandwich shop. What happened next would become one of history's greatest coincidences. After the failed attack, Franz Ferdinand decided to visit the wounded victims in a hospital. His driver was instructed to follow a new route. But there was a problem. The driver made a mistake. At a crucial intersection, he turned onto the wrong street. Officials immediately realized the error and ordered him to stop and reverse. The car came to a halt, and by an extraordinary twist of fate, it stopped directly in front of Gavrilo Princip. Out of all the streets in Sarajevo, out of all the places where the car could have stopped, it halted just a few feet away from the assassin, who thought his opportunity had disappeared forever. Princip could hardly believe his luck. Without hesitation, he stepped forward. He pulled out his pistol and fired. 2 shots echoed through the street. One bullet struck Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the other struck his wife Sophie. Within minutes, both were mortally wounded. The assassination shocked Europe. But the real disaster was only beginning. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for the attack and demanded harsh concessions. Serbia rejected some of those demands. 1 month later, Austria-Hungary declared war. Then the alliance system took over. Russia mobilized in support of Serbia. Germany backed Austria-Hungary. France supported Russia. Britain entered the conflict after Germany invaded Belgium. What started as a local crisis quickly exploded into a global war. For more than 4 years, soldiers fought in brutal trenches stretching across Europe. Machine guns, poison gas, artillery, and tanks turned battlefields into scenes of unimaginable destruction. By the time the war ended in 1918, more than 16 million people were dead. 4 great empires had collapsed. The map of Europe had been redrawn. And the world had changed forever. Many historians even argue that the conditions created by World War I paved the way for World War II just 2 decades later. It's incredible to think that one of history's deadliest conflicts can be traced back to a series of unlikely events. A failed assassination, a driver who took the wrong turn, a sandwich shop, and a young man standing in exactly the right place at exactly the wrong time. Sometimes history doesn't change because of grand plans. Sometimes it changes in a matter of seconds. And on a summer day in Sarajevo, those few seconds altered the fate of the world forever. If you enjoy fascinating stories from history, don't forget to subscribe to Dust and Dynasties and join us for more incredible moments that shaped our world.